Yeah, he's kind of got this really strange, like narrow face and like weird upper body that goes to like a thin frame. I don't know, it's really strange.
So he looks more like a demon.
There are other comics
Hellboy
that have him
comics.
looking differently, but the main one, like storyline, he looks like that, I guess.
So you're saying he looks like a demon instead of some bodybuilder who kind of just, crossed with the bighorn guy from Legend or something.
That's crazy.
Hey there.
Oh.
My SD card didn't see you there.
Wow.
Hi.
Snap.
Sorry, guys. Welcome to the Prime Forecast. My name is Bryce.
Chris.
Ross.
Alex.
And this one's going to be a sensual one.
Stares right into the camera. Give them both barrels. That's crazy.
Oh, no, Alex. No King Kniff. Buckle up. This is going to be a long one.
The king is sensual.
All right.
But just not till the end of the card this time, okay?
Yeah, right?
We're going to not run out of space this time because we have prepared ourselves to look at the timer.
Mentally.
Niso.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Did we talked about Aladdin, right? We finished that off. We topped her off.
Yeah, we talked about DJ
But
Khaled. And
are you guys excited for the Hellboy, though? The movie?
I'm gonna watch it. I mean, why wouldn't I?
Would you go to theaters to see it?
The only thing that I'm really looking forward to in the near future has got to be Glass.
Yeah.
I seen Water Guy. It was great, but Glass is the next one.
Aquaman. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me and Alex saw Aquaman, so we got to talk about that.
Yeah, the last movie I saw was Wreck-It Ralph 2, and apparently they're coming out with a Toy Story 4,
Yeah,
and
I
there
heard
was a
about that.
Key and Peele back and forth that was amazing.
It's gonna be like the Brave Little Toaster, right? Where he's old and they have to go from the cabin in the woods to like find him, and there's peril and a bunch of adult situations along the way.
I'm hoping. And
Gotta shake that shit.
Oh, it's disgusting. This tea is fucking disgusting.
That's like that kombucha that day that I brought on the line where we were working. It's like, what the hell is that smell? I'm like, oh, it's this new drink. It's organic. It's gross.
It's
Throw it
fermented,
away.
yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, that's unsweetened tea. That was a bad mistake. That was a mistake.
It's got potassium in
But
it.
movies start off for where the last beautiful podcast left off. Men in Black International. Did you guys see that trailer?
Yes.
I know Alex
I was
is
not
super
very
stoked.
impressed.
I actually didn't see the trailer for that one.
It's Thor and the Valkyrie from Ragnarok. Tessa Thompson. Maybe.
I really want to know
Chris Hemsworth
where
and
the
Tessa
plot's
Thompson.
going to go with it, because the trailer didn't really tell me much.
No.
Aliens.
And are we going to have
Alien
cameos? Did we see any cameos?
I'm trying to remember.
Will Smith will be a cameo in some form.
I think there were people potentially from the older stuff, but I can't remember.
The one actual trailer I saw that I got hyped on was Shazam.
Oh, you saw a Shazam trailer?
They put out a trailer for it. It looks like
The second one?
no, it's just the first teaser that they did.
Oh yeah, I saw that a long time ago.
Yeah, wasn't that
that was
long?
out? That was out months ago.
I was
Dude.
gonna say,
Really?
I think that
Yeah.
was a long time ago.
You just recently saw it.
I haven't
Came
been
across
following
It
it.
looked
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It looks
It
like
looked
it's
funny.
gonna.
The Rock is playing Black Adam, right?
As far as I'm aware, he's supposed to. Now, is that in this movie
I
or
don't
is
know
that
if-
in
I don't
an
think that's in
actual
this
like
version.
standalone Black Adam movie?
He was supposed to have his own
Holy
standalone, I
shit.
thought, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Why is The Rock in everything now?
That's
Because
that's
he
gonna
pulled-
be.
like-
because he's the moneymaker. Like
He's good.
You
don't
gotta
get me wrong.
understand.
Well, he's a good pick for Black Adam.
in the international market, he is like one of the hugest stars like there is. Like
Yeah.
people go to
Wow.
see his movies.
He's just like that
Yeah.
guy who's like he looks like a stand-up guy, you know.
He just
Just
like
because when he's standing up, it looks like everyone else is sitting down, dude. The guy's huge. Have you seen him?
built like a house.
That's disgusting.
Crazy.
Here, Ross, you can have that.
Got to
tea.
walk
There
through
was,
doors
I
sideways.
I mean, he said something about like he made the joke about running for like president, and like people like didn't think it was a joke, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
there's a lot
is
of
it a
famous
joke
people
these
that
days?
They
do.
didn't
I
think
don't-
Trump.
I don't know,
they
man,
thought Trump
because
was a joke too until he became a.
just snuck up behind America. Sleeper hole.
Grass clippings.
Grass clippings. Yeah, you can have it if
Yeah,
you want.
no, you can put it back
All right,
on
I'm
the-
gonna go. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna grab the real stuff.
So like, with The Rock being huge in the international market, I understand that. He seems like a pretty funny guy. Like I see the back and forth with him and Kevin Hart online that have me in tears laughing because they're like,
Actually, What's weird is I saw a trailer for a movie with Kevin Hart that actually didn't look bad. It has Bryan Cranston in it, where he's
Yeah.
That's like isn't that based on like a true
Like a
story?
true story,
Yeah,
yep.
like that?
Yeah.
I saw something about that a few months ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was a trailer at Water Guy. It was. There were some good trailers at that movie.
Yeah, I don't think we
I was
saw
like,
a bad
wait,
one.
This movie has Kevin Hart, and it doesn't look terrible.
It
What?
looks serious too. Like
Yeah.
it has
Well,
an element of comedy, but mostly serious. And it's cool to see people branch out. Like Vince Vaughn, for example, with me, my personal vendetta. Like he plays the same character in every single movie, and then he
He's
came out
typecast.
with Delivery Man. You know, and it's like, wow, that is a different role.
Real stuff.
Who would I'd like to see actually
some
get like a
cameo.
legit role where he can actually like Jason Statham. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are we saying he hasn't had a legit role?
Well, it's just lately he's been
serious
kind
role,
of
a drama
shoehorned
role.
into like some, like
Yeah.
just actiony movies left
guess.
and right.
Yeah,
And
he would be really good at like some gritty like cop movie
You mean Ghost of Mars was
where he's not
serious?
kicking everybody.
Just kidding.
Maybe where he dies in the middle of the movie.
Oh man,
like Steven Seagal in Air Force One, right?
Yeah,
we're the one of those ones where
that's not what. That's not Air Force One. Air Force One is Harrison Ford.
Is that the one where the hijackers come onto the plane though?
The president's playing Air Force One.
Yeah, he's the Navy dude that gets blown out the fucking airlock or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gets flown.
I didn't even know he was
What?
in that movie.
And he's like, when they were making that movie, he's like, he
got mad about
He got
it.
mad. And he's like, people don't like it when I die. Yeah.
Yep, John Leguizamo or whatever. He like was gonna fight John Leguizamo or some shit. Allegedly.
What the hell would that fight look like, though? Like, real deal, Holyfield. What would that look like?
Depends if he's in the
Well,
clown
I've seen The
costume.
Pest, and John Leguizamo is no joke. All right.
Is he scrappy?
So we talking about what kind of martial arts does he know against Steven Seagal? Isn't it like Aikido or whatever?
Fat.
I thought it's like.
Doesn't that have to do with people?
I don't know.
Doesn't
The
that
fattest
doesn't
of
that have
arts.
to do with people coming at you? So as long as John Leguizamo just stays away from them, nothing's gonna happen, right?
Probably has to
I thought
do
it was
with.
Taekwondo
Like
or
a Mortal
something.
Kombat
I
Taekwondo.
thought it was that Aikido shit where you like manipulate the joints and
No,
shit.
that's where you can't have carbs or sugar.
Shut the fuck up.
Weren't you doing that for a minute?
I did reverse keto every day of my life.
Dude, I did keto once. I did keto once. I got to get back on it.
Was
but
it amazing?
Yeah,
It was really fast.
Did it
Yeah.
make you feel good, though?
No.
No.
it gets big.
I want
it
something
gets-
that makes me
good.
feel good and makes
It
me...
get
Yeah.
It gets well. It's funny because when I did it, I had no negative feelings from it, but I just got sick of eating the same shit over and over again.
Yeah,
That's the worst
kind
part
of
about it.
fucking
And it's
out.
expensive to buy, like, the stupid keto shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
that's
keto
a-
jerky, like
to get
25 a
yourself
pound.
ramped
It's not
up.
that bad.
It was good.
Yeah, that keto jerky is really good. I fucking love People's Choice. Wait,
People's
delete
Choice
that. They're not
Awards.
sponsored. Oh, turn my Arizona can. They're not sponsored.
Oh, I got a koozie. Yeah.
Price is on the can though.
Price on the can, though. So we're pretty dry on news this week, especially in
There was
regards
some-
to hip hop because of the holidays. I guess like
there's
you-
some things that are happening.
Did
in hip-hop
Yandy drop
with
yet?
the whole Layzie Bone shit?
That's
and
true. Did it?
yeah.
21
I'm saying there's not
Savage.
much.
Yandy drop yet?
Okay,
Slim
there's
Pickens.
there's not much.
We're gonna get a new.
Let's cover the Layzie Bone.
We're gonna get a new album from X before we get Yandy. I'm just throwing it out there.
That's good.
Ah, he's
That's
gonna
good.
give it to you
That's
once
good.
again.
So DMX is going to be released from jail a month early, and apparently he already has songs ready. He's
Songs. There's a movie deal in the works or some shit like. I hope
yeah,
it's,
it's
not a
Cradle to
biopic.
the Grave 2. I hope.
Electric.
I
Boogaloo.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say it's probably a
biopic.
biopic. Is
Yeah,
what I was
yeah,
gonna say.
Jet Li.
Oprah Winfrey's probably gonna pay for it, and it's gonna be a biopic.
A biopic
She'll
where
be
you
in
play
it as
yourself.
his mother.
And it's going to be called Slippin'. Yes. Yes.
Hey man,
That'd be
fucking
perfect.
crazy.
That's like DMX's like magnum opus. Is like his pain and suffering. The Slippin'.
I can't get up. Yo, that's my shit. I was rocking to that at
Got
a
to
young
get up.
age. Me and my cousin got in trouble because another a relative was getting married, and we were like on church grounds in my uncle's BMW blasting DMX, and he's like, "Y'all gotta cut that shit off." X was the dude for the longest time for that reason. Like,
And since he's been in prison, his creative juices, with all that prison stuff, will just be, just flowing.
marinated.
I still
surface.
think DMX is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Oh
You
yeah.
think he could have a bigger comeback
5.
than Gucci after jail?
See, the thing is he's already had the comeback thing, and he didn't get back up. He ended up going to jail immediately, back into jail.
Yeah, but like,
If he could stay out of jail this time and gain some momentum, like if he releases a really good album, like over 100,000 sales, like I think he could be back.
the thing is, I want to put this out there in the universe. I'm looking at the camera. If you are a drug dealer, do not sell to this man. Let him get his life together, and that shit is gonna be fantastic. I think he could probably have a better comeback than Gucci.
For sure.
If he doesn't go back into that shit, because like, I fuck with Gucci, but like
DMX is a fucking legend, dude.
like that has the nostalgia plus like actually like crazy. Yeah,
He's got the skill to back it up. He had one of the greatest runs in rap, like release wise with his albums, and he had probably the best interviews that hip hop has ever had when he was heavy into his addiction, and he was just essentially a broken man, like that, super depressing and sad, but it was raw. And then you listen to his music, especially Slippin', it was like, to me he's like the Lane Staley of rap.
Oh, geez.
You remember that
Yeah.
at his trial or whatever?
He was self-aware of what was happening to him, and he wrote about it, he rapped about it, and then
You remember at his
Thankfully,
trial,
still alive.
actually, his defense attorney played the judge slipping. And
got a
they
year off.
Yep, got a year off his sentence. Yep.
wow,
Yep.
yep,
There you go.
because
that's crazy.
I mean, drug addiction, that's a very fucking serious thing.
Yeah.
And like, especially like some of the best art comes from it, sadly,
Yeah,
but it's even more depressing when they are self-aware. They know they're killing themselves, but they simply can't get out of the spiral, or they jump out, jump back. It's like a back and forth, and
well, and then
he's still alive, thankfully.
yeah. Ultimately, that's what I was
Yeah.
about to say. Like, ultimately, he's still alive.
You got a
but,
year
like,
out of that, Brace, though.
the
What?
You said some of the best music comes out of it, and I'm like, except for from the Beatles.
What?
From drugs?
Fuck you. Beatles is great, dude.
Nah. Drug Beatles isn't good Beatles.
Drug Beatles is good Beatles. That was like, I'm the
That's
Walrus.
what you gotta say about
Helter
that.
Skelter.
Eh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of past that now. It's like McCartney's solo work was great.
Yep. Wings. Definitely. George Harrison's solo work was great.
Was great. Yeah.
John
Was
Lennon
never
had
a big Lennon guy.
Miracle. Or what was it called?
Miracle? You mean Imagine?
Imagine.
Miracle?
That's a hockey movie.
Yeah. I was waiting for Kurt Russell to be like, you motherfucker.
But yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
drug music can be some of the best music for sure.
They can,
Yeah.
but
Unless it's like lean, and then it's like Molly
Percocet.
mumble.
what's crazy
Molly
about that
Percocet.
too is like you kind of want a happy ending to that story because he was so great for so long, and you're like, hey, just get your shit together one time and keep it that way.
When you're like the goat, but also
I'm sure
a
he would love
cautionary
to.
tale, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, eh.
I
Hopefully-
honestly hope he's still like cognitive enough to rap, like, because doing a hardcore drugs will fry your brain.
I get it,
You
but like
will.
when you're by yourself
like-
in a box and that's possibly all you can do for 23 hours a day because
Just think.
yeah,
Dude,
think, rap,
I hope, yeah.
practice your verses.
Dude,
like,
Ozzy can still perform than anybody can. I don't know, man.
How
Ozzy
old
is like
fucking
a
Ozzy? He's gotta
unicorn.
be in
Like
his 80s, isn't
the
he?
fact that he is not, I'm not going to speak that into existence, but like that is crazy with the amount of stuff that he had access and did.
Well, what's interesting is if you watch the show,
Drugs,
when he's
yeah.
just talking, like it's
You can't understand
he's a
damn
mess.
thing he
But
says.
when he's singing, he's just
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it's insane.
Or like
Yeah.
people that have accents when they talk, but they sing and it's not
Or
like.
kind of like people who, if they have a speech impediment, but when they're singing, it goes
Yeah.
away. It's,
Yep.
it's
Is that like a different part of the brain you're
I
using,
don't-
or like
I
that's
don't know.
that's crazy? I'll
It's
have to
like-
look into that. That's crazy.
It's like when you're not being like the normal you, it like doesn't affect you. I don't know. It's like really weird.
yeah, Like that'd be something crazy to research. Like,
I'm
Well,
trying to
people
find
know-
the Wikipedia
It's like
for
if
this
I'm
one.
singing a
Comments,
song, I'm like
like, and
imitating
subscribe.
somebody else, so it's like not me or something.
sure.
Yeah.
Crazy.
1948 he was born, so he is 70. He's I thought he was in his 80s, like
Crazy true.
drugs aged him, man. Oh yeah, Black Sabbath.
What did it say? How old is he?
70.
70?
Just 70.
70 is.
Jeez, he's like Ron Perlman.
You gotta understand, in Rockstar years, he's like 200, dude.
Yeah,
That's true.
For
Like
sure.
most
Keith
of them don't make it
Richards.
past 27, so the fact that he's 70.
Yep.
Keith Richards looks like that dude from the Labyrinth now.
He looks like a ball sack.
Saying Hoggle?
Those left out the sun. Hoggle.
That's a good one.
That's pretty good.
And,
Sorry,
you
Keith.
know,
Sorry.
We don't know you. You'll never hear
Didn't he-
this.
Didn't he just say he was like 2 or 3 years sober now or something? Not just recently or something.
Keith
like that?
Richards?
Yeah.
2 or 3. You might as well keep going at that point. If you're like 85 and already.
Pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
I mean, I
to
thought
lose.
that's what I read, but I'm not
Why,
sure.
why let off the gas now? Jesus Christ.
it's probably what was keeping him alive so long, honestly.
Yeah, right? He's probably
Maybe,
aged
yeah.
like 10 years and like 3 years or something.
Cocaine is the only thing keeping his heart pumping. Like,
Oh man. Oh man.
I,
Bad.
it is bad, dude. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs,
are
kids.
terrible.
Adults,
Terrible.
experiment.
Supervision.
There's a time and
required.
place for everything, and it's called college.
Yep.
Get it out of the way. I have the fucking hiccups from laughing at that shit.
Okay.
But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is just everyone's reminder that the only one left out of the Big Five is Eddie Vedder. May the Lord protect him.
May the Lord
Forever
protect
and ever.
him.
Yeah.
Not his solo work, though. Like, he can just...
Hey, man, don't get
Pearl Jam.
Don't
Person.
be, don't be bashing his solo work,
The
man.
entity.
I didn't
like
hear
his
some
solo work?
ukuleles and shit. Fucking.
Eddie Vedder is the lead singer of Pearl Jam, by the way, and he's like one of the last.
He's
like,
one of the greatest
grunge-
rappers ever.
Greatest rapper alive.
Eddie Vedder, the rap shredder. I don't know.
Yo, Eddie Vedder would be a lame.
That is a
name
rap
that you
boy,
could
man.
like. Yeah, you could rhyme that shit with a lot of shit.
So let's move on. Layzie Bone diss 21 Savage and the Migos in a diss track.
Yep.
Then 21 Savage respond just by saying it was the worst thing he's ever heard.
Yeah.
And Layzie Bone just responded today or recently or whatever, saying like the pay-per-view boxing match.
Yeah,
thing.
let's
Okay.
box and put it on pay-per-view. That
would've-
didn't work out. I'm still waiting on the Chris Brown fight.
Yep.
I need the Chris Brown Soulja Boy fight.
Did anybody hear the Layzie Bone diss?
You know what I would have did? I would have trolled him by.
didn't hear the
I would have hired Simon Cowell to like be like, that was dreadful, and just so I can make like a
Oh.
video.
Jesus.
I mean, Lazy Bone's cool and all, but Wishbone was my guy. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is name how many Bone Thug songs that you actually liked.
You serious?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like on the spot, you can Google, use it.
Akon.
Do you remember the
Bone
songs?
Thugs.
So I think it's flip. Nothing gets me more hype when a dude says "let it off" or whispers "Bone Thugs, Akon" in my
Yep.
ear before a song.
Or, you know, it's Bone and Biggie, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
there you go.
What is
Yeah, I
it?
love
The
that song.
Notorious Thugs, Crossroads, I
First of
Tried,
the month.
First of the Month.
Yeah.
What's the one with Tupac? Thug for Life or Thug? Yeah, Thug for Life, I think. That's like all I can name off the top
Right.
of my head, really.
And it's like,
I know they have other songs, just
Let me get some. You said I could Google, right?
yeah, most definitely.
giggle it.
And
Most
then
def.
like, goggle it.
I went to their concert too, and they sang all the good jams, dude.
Like,
All the Bone Thugs were there?
All of them, 5 out of 5.
Wow.
5 out of 5.
I have a
What year
hilarious
was
story
this?
that I was waiting for
was like a
Noah
couple
to
years
show up to tell, but now I got to tell it on my own. No, I'm not. I'm probably not gonna
Yeah, say
say it.
Say it.
Let's see. Faces of Death album track listing.
As long as you don't get to that double disc track album, that
Okay,
was
let's
just
go
kind
to
of
his
meh.
next one. Let's go to E Eternal.
But while you're looking
1999
for
Eternal.
that, Migos have a lot of hits right now. Fresh in people's minds. It's not a nostalgia thing. It is a right now.
I don't listen to the Migos, so...
In their battling with each other or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I think people are trying to have this, hey, I'm old, but I could still do it. And I'm like, I'm not doubting that you could still do it. I'm just like, it's a different wave now. People don't care about lyrics now. Like, that's not a thing. Tell me some Bone Thugs bars. You can't.
I can.
Tell me some Bone Thugs bars.
People just want to hear about beer bongs and shit and fucking
Like, whatever.
fucking doing drugs.
Yeah. It's just...
See, they have such, like, difficult flows to follow, though. Like...
And they started a wave.
Let me think of something.
A huge part of a wave, and it's like, I get it, you know, like those are all of the argument points from somebody that's young in the hip hop game. But when you have Bone Thugs and what it meant to us when we were little, and those songs like that make us feel a certain way, even still now, if we had the Bone Thugs here doing a concert, it's like, it's not comparable to what the Migos does right now, like, to us. So it's really hard to weigh in on the battle is what I'm trying to say.
I was gonna say, like, speaking of the Migos, isn't like Offset in a bad place right now anyway? Like getting out on stage trying to get his girl back, and she like, no.
Well, and then they go on like a Puerto Rican vacation together, and she was like, oh, I just needed to get smashed. Like, it's a difficult time, but like, I don't understand. Like, this Bone Thugs thing, it's not the first time that it's happened.
I feel sorry for, like, Cardi dealing with that shit, but...
You are... Never mind. I'll keep my thoughts to myself on that one.
I don't feel bad for anybody. So.
Well, I guess she's intentionally staying in it.
They're both
so
famous.
I guess
Who
it's
cares?
her fault, but...
You see, the thing is that drama is
Well,
just
both
more...
their fault, but...
That's just more attention.
Yeah,
And
it could
that's-
be. It could be fake, I guess. Yeah, I have no idea. But...
And I don't... Even if it's not fake, like, I get it. People in relationships go through shit. Like, that's cool, but...
What were we
it's
talking
not.
about with Bone Thugs?
But yeah.
Bone Thugs is definitely better than the Migos. Hands down. Like, Migos ain't shit compared
Is
to Bone
that
Thugs.
in your opinion?
Bone Thugs is only...
Or based on what?
I can... Like, Wu-Tang and Bone Thugs, that's a difficult
Whoa.
conversation to have.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're the one who started it, Chris.
You're the one who started it.
I'm in there. What I'm saying is, like,
Bone Thugs were fucking huge, by the way.
Bone Thugs were huge. And like I said, there certain songs by them or bodies of work by them make me feel a certain way in the hip-hop community. But Migos is popping right now. It's very hard for somebody that is older and established in the hip-hop game to mess with these young dudes on social media. Like, I'm not saying that they don't have the skills to support it or they're worse than Migos or Migos is like, oh, the shit and Bone Thugs ain't shit. I'm just trying to say, hey, to these younger kids that are actually ingesting all this social media shit, they don't give a fuck about songs that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Most of them don't even know who that is. Like the whole Lil Uzi Vert and Biggie Smalls lyric thing and like crazy shit like that. Like, they don't give a fuck. So, like, I just don't know how to feel about that battle. It's just like, if you win, oh, you're just an old head. I feel like it's like
That's
that
not a
shit
good
all over
argument
again.
to have. Like,
That's the
you're
argument.
old.
That's the argument that they do have.
But
Every time-
the music is like
There
there's
were
not
lyrics.
denying that Bone
Right.
Thugs is way like the talent is way more than the Migos.
right.
Just because they're not
And
popular right now.
lyrically,
The Bone
they're
Thugs
there.
run, was way bigger than the Migos run currently right now. Like popularity, if you want to go back to their time, if you're talking about the Migos in their time right now, then you got to go back to Bone Thugs in their time,
Right.
and they were fucking huge.
Yeah.
Exactly. They
were
worked
way
with
bigger
the
than
East
the
Coast.
Migos
They
was.
worked with West Coast. They worked with everybody.
Right.
But
And
then
they
if you
were
want to
really
talk about
good.
dollars, like the money in the game wasn't the same back then as it is now. You know?
Well, and you had different deals. Like,
yeah.
back then,
You didn't
get
have spins like upping your sales.
Yeah, and the
Didn't have
360
spins.
deal didn't start until 50 Cent went.
Right, and it's
Like-
it's not even comparable. So how do you really have a stake in this battle where your run happened X amount of years ago? Our run is right now. We don't know when our run's going to end. We know that your run ended XYZ or whatever. Like, it's just not it's a waste of time. I think that's what I'm trying to say. That battle is a fucking waste of time.
Well, they
Like, it's
can't
not gonna-
battle. There's like the skill isn't there. Like they don't. That's why they're not responding with bars. Like the Migos not going to respond with fucking bars.
No, they're going to say
They're-
you're broke, and that's it.
Yeah, or a
still.
subliminal in 2019 towards him.
If you
didn't
catch
say
it
that.
in all the mumble, you know.
Yeah, if you can actually catch it.
Yeah.
Like, can anybody name all the Bone Thugs? Can you guys name them all?
There's
Crazy Bone, Wishbone, Busy Bone,
Lazy.
Layzie Bone.
That's where I get stuck too. On the fifth.
Wasn't there Lance, CJ?
That shit is funny. What is the last one? Let's Google it. Let's see.
He's
Crazy Bone, Wishbone, Layzie Bone, Busy Bone, and
Pinky Bone.
God.
From Russia with the Love Bone.
Yeah.
Flesh and Bone.
Flesh
Okay.
and Bone.
Yeah, Flesh and Bone.
Okay.
Wow.
No wonder I didn't.
Yep.
know.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
I mean,
I would
okay,
never
you gotta
guess
think of
that.
this. Bone Thugs were the dudes, like, Method Man, you know, he
Hey,
likes
they were wearing the face paint before ICP. I'm just throwing that out there.
Bone Thugs?
Oh yeah,
And, like, Method
they
Man
were
likes...
into that dark, like kind of grimy rap before a lot of people were. Their shit was kind of dark lyrically, you know.
Yep.
They started a lot of waves, or were a part of making those waves bigger. Because I can't definitively say these were the first
And they were
rappers to do
unique.
this. Like, yeah,
They were the first ones. They were the first Drake. Let's put it that way.
first who?
The first Drake.
And
Singing and rapping, they're the first Drake.
The thing is, this is why I give them their props.
Ross's head just exploded.
They started or were a part of bigging up a lot of big waves. They were not from a big city on the hip hop map.
Cleveland.
Like, hey, we're
Yeah.
from Cleveland. They're like, where the fuck is that? Like,
But they
it's-
still were successful.
Hey, Kid
yeah,
Cudi
like
still hit it.
that's huge. That is huge.
It's like if you think, okay, so Method Man loves to big up the fact that he got to play both sides, like how he was neutral during the West Coast East Coast thing.
Sure.
He's like, I did shit with Biggie, I did shit with Tupac, so did Bone Thugs. Their discography, like Thug, oh god, what's the one with Tupac? Thug for Life and Notorious Thugs. Like those are like some of the best shit Bone Thugs ever did. They played both sides. Not played both sides, but they were neutral in it.
yeah, and
like-
they just kind of took part in the culture and in hip hop, and that shit is dope. And it's like they don't have that shit in rap now. They have individual beefs.
East
I think it's like
1999
Atlanta
is a
versus
good one
everyone
too.
else, like, I don't know. I think it's just a waste of time. Like, it's a waste of time.
They're also like, I don't know, like Wu-Tang is really good. Like they've had a highly successful solo career. That's what killed the Bone Thugs, is that they did not branch off and have solo careers.
Yeah.
They just kind of like probably just like egos got in the way or something. Business.
I was gonna say
They got mad
some
at
of
each other,
those
they
like
just broke
Wu-Tang
up.
solo albums are better than anything people nowadays are putting out.
Yeah,
And
for
they're-
sure, no denying.
Yeah,
Like,
not all
Supreme
Wu-Tang.
clientele,
Like,
man.
yep.
Like any like Ghost,
Cuban Links.
Ghost, Raekwon,
Liquid
Jizza, like
Swords.
those. Oh man,
So good.
Yep. Even the newer stuff from Ghostface Killah and Method Man. is
Ghost. Actually,
good.
what's funny is the lost tapes. I still play songs from that shit even now, months later, just because it was that good.
It is good.
Yeah, and then you got like people that are so big in Biggie and Wu-Tang that they're getting street names in New York. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane.
Bone Thugs released an album called
It's
New
insane.
Waves in 2017 that I didn't even hear.
Yeah. You're not on the same platform. But yeah, I think that's all that was really happening in hip hop this week.
Yeah, there's not much, but we got to definitely have a bigger discussion on. I do want to rank Wu-Tang members
Oh shit.
Okay.
and have an actual serious discussion about like.
Okay, so last
Wu-Tang
place is
versus
You God.
Bone Thugs.
We're
Is
just
it-
slapping You God at the bottom.
It's
Okay?
just big.
Oh man.
Like
Right
below
out the gate.
Capadonna, like
Right.
Below Capadonna. All right, bye. You God. I'm sorry.
and Kill a Priest.
Killer
Yep.
Priest.
Biggie, Wu-Tang, and Woody Guthrie are being honored with street names in New York.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Woody Guthrie is the High Thor. He is like the folk god, and
That's a dope name. That probably don't.
folk god.
That's gotta be my Twitter stamp.
Okay, you do that, Chris.
You say a tramp stamp?
Yeah.
Woody Guthrie. Woody Guthrie is the folk god. He is he's Bob Dylan's muse essentially, and Bob Dylan is the grandfather of proto rap. Some say he is the creator of of rap in the first place.
What is proto rap?
Proto rap means it's rap, but it's not like it's like the first iteration of it, so it's not what you're used to right now.
Rap without the beats.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
What?
look it up. Subterranean Homesick Blues. That is rap, but it's just not the rap that you're used to. It's like a folk rap, and it's really old.
Folk rap sounds great, by the way.
Yeah, Bob Dylan.
Sorry, you can't see it off camera, but Thor's just looking at him like, bruh.
Like, what the fuck? But
That's super funny.
Bob Dylan, like, he was in, God, what was that fucking dude's name? One of the guys who are considered, like, the early rap artists, Bob Dylan was a feature in one of those. And, like, he actually did, like, a line or two at the beginning, a couple of bars.
I'm sure he did a line or two at the beginning of a couple of things.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And,
Jokes are bad, kids.
a lot of the old rappers do credit Bob Dylan as major influence, which, I mean, it goes to show you, like, you know, rap came from somewhere. No one really knows. Like,
Rap came from a lot of different places,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
You can't really pin it on one different thing.
depending on
too,
the
it's
dude
like-
who made the song, though. First,
Oh, God, here we go.
it's a Subterranean Homesick Blues.
I get it. And, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion to that shit, too. And, you know, what it's grown into now is just something that you really have, like, you have the Joey B's of now, and then you also have, like...
Well, now you got rock rap. You got, like, all this different...
And,
Yeah,
like, it just branched out, and it's crazy. It's almost... it has its hand in pretty much every genre. I think we discussed that on a previous episode, too. So
Yep.
I think it's huge. It will continue to be huge. It'll continue to be marketable. You got rap branching out into shoe companies and
Oh, God.
Curtis Blow,
video games.
Curtis Blow, street rock.
But the question is, who was a better rapper?
That's yeah,
Eminem
Bob
or
Dylan was
Whitey
in there.
Ford?
Oh, boy.
Eminem.
And I'll give you a hint. It's probably Everlast. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Curtis
I'm
Blow in
just joshing
1986, street rock.
you. Street rock.
That's what Bob Dylan did. Bob Dylan is probably like the greatest artist like of all time. Like influence wise, I think he is it.
What? So, what do you think?
I'm trying to think of someone who's more, like...
There are probably a lot of blues
Yeah,
people
go ahead
from the
and-
20s, 30s that were more influential.
Name him.
He said that.
Robert Johnson?
Yeah, Crossroads. I mean, he's one of them, sure. What did Robert Johnson do though? Aside from making songs,
What do you make t-shirts?
Bob Dylan was the voice of a movement, man. He was the like civil rights like voice during that music wise.
The civil rights voice, music wise.
A civil rights voice, I guess.
I can accept that.
But I mean, this dude is like top money. This is dude who went electric at
Woodstock?
was
You
it?
plugged in?
Oh, look at this. I type in most influential music artist of all time. It has just artists listed, influential music. It has Beatles, Bob Dylan, David Bowie, and Jimi Hendrix listed.
Wow.
Yep.
Beatles at the top.
Beatles. Oh yeah, I guess you could put Beatles up there, but Bob Dylan, like with the civil rights, it was like so huge. He was there at the March on Washington with Martin Luther King Jr. He played there. He marched with MLK. Like
Okay.
the dude's amazing.
No denying. No denying that.
So.
Right? As Thor scampers on in, he's like, all right.
So just don't be surprised that one of the most influential people, probably the most influential person in music ever, had a hand in starting hip hop or rap. I guess hip hop is different, but
I'm sure there were a lot of hands, a lot of people stirring the pot there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Not when it comes to Bob Dylan.
What? So, so what aspect? I mean,
Well, the
as-
dude worked alone. He did drugs and sat in rooms with the typewriter.
I did drugs and sat in rooms before anybody.
not many hands going on in there.
versus the
Once
people
upon
who
a
just
time,
kind of do
Oxy's
drugs
fine.
and go out and do it outside. Right?
Yep.
Gonna do a line.
Dude, just sat there with the pen and paper or pencil, paper, typewriter, or fuck they used back in the 50s.
Probably pencil and paper.
Yep. So, anyway,
50s
leave a
were
comment
exciting
about how much you
Yeah.
enjoy Bob Dylan and how he's the greatest.
Bobby
and-
D.
Or who do you think is more influential or
David
as
B.
influential?
When it comes like the thing with hip hop though, like it's I mean they weren't there like parallel to it, like they were something that came after. So when it comes to influences, you do really have to go back. Like
Yeah.
it's just weird. It's weird to
Yeah.
think about how it came, like how one of the influences is a folk artist,
Well,
like something
yeah,
you would
like-
never listen to. An
there was a
acoustic
point
guitar.
where like there was a point where it was literally like it was literally rock and roll, like old school country and folk were pretty much the music at one point.
Yeah. And Bob Dylan is like, he's a poet, like through and through, like greatest American poet ever.
He's no Avicii.
He's no Whitman.
He's no Avicii though. R.I.P. You know someone in the comments is gonna be on that shit too. He is no Avicii.
Let's just cut that
He's
whole
not
segment.
Avicii, goddamn.
Alex, cut us in.
Most influential artist of all time.
Avicii.
all time
All right.
Avicii.
Wait, who's Avicii?
He's that Swedish dude who did drugs and died.
God rest his soul.
Oh my god! I can't sing the song. I'll get sued.
You got 5 seconds of it.
How's he gonna sue you?
It'll be in a dream.
That was Ala Black. and
Oh,
he's-
I don't know.
was he the somebody that I used to know guy?
No, that's Goat.
Where is that guy?
He died.
Vincent Van
Gaudier
Gogh.
just is never anything good.
Like, where is he at? That was so good.
It was so good and so big, and then
It
just
wasn't that
just
good. Though.
mic
It got,
drop
it got
Take
so
the money and
overhyped
run.
because like
It got overplayed.
the music,
hear-
the music being released at that time was just so bad that was good.
Did
yeah,
you
you got
hear
what
the-
like the
Did you hear the
introduction of the Black
isolated
Keys and
vocals of
stuff
that,
like that, and
though?
it's like trash. Florida Georgia
So
Line,
good.
we don't
Was it
talk
good?
about
You
it.
don't like
So
the Black
good.
Keys?
I'd rather listen to other stuff.
Yeah, same.
Like if you
They have
take
one
the
good
Black
song.
Keys and
Alex,
you take someone like the Lumineers, their self-titled album, miles above anyone at that time was doing.
I don't like the Lumineers. So
would you rather listen
Really?
to the what's the White Stripes guy's name?
Jack,
Jack
White,
White.
Would you rather listen to Jack White or the Black Keys?
Black Keys.
Or what about Jack White featuring the Black Keys?
He's like death before this.
I'm
you don't like Jack White?
I'm not in the Jack White circle jerk. Like, what was his face? The dude that wore the trilby. What was his name? Timmy?
Oh my god, he's Jack White is okay. He's got some good songs out there. I don't think he's anything
Is
like.
he like the Tim Burton of music?
I like him more for his appreciation of music than I do for any of the music he's made.
He's
Like-
a big fan.
His personality is very like weird,
Eccentric.
eccentric. Yeah, and it's like
Like he partnered with Neil Young for stuff, and that was like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
just like
Neil Young is
dude,
one of the
that's great.
greats, dude.
Yeah. But
different.
Jack White though.
Speaking
He's
of
like,
speaking of
Jesus.
folk artists, like Neil Young.
Southern man.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Southern man
yeah.
don't need him around anyhow.
It's crazy.
All right, what else the fuck we gonna stumble through? Ross, go ahead and tell us about Japan doing stuff.
Japan 4.
Yep,
Japan 4.
Oh yeah, they're gonna like retract themselves from like the whole like treaty against like whaling, and they're gonna start whaling in their own waters now.
Commercial whaling.
Yep.
So what does that mean?
So that means we got to
globally?
donate to the.
Means gotta buy
We just
whales.
need
It
to.
means they pretty much said, "Fuck this agreement. We're gonna go do
We
this."
just need to start donating to the Sea Shepherds. So
You know how many whales they kill?
Mm-hmm.
Like Japan alone.
well, then you just start torpedoing their whaling boats. It's that simple.
They're like,
Well,
oh,
you
it's,
can't
they're like, oh, we're only gonna do it in our own waters. It's like, yeah, but then like, you know, they pass through those waters when they do their like migration shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
They just
okay.
That's
wait.
some shit like what do you-
Japan's camping. So someone called
bitch.
Japan out, kick them. They're cheating.
Fishy.
Yep.
That's fucking terrible.
No, haven't you seen Whale Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
hell
just
yeah.
you just
They-
start
I
just
donating
wanted to,
money to
like-
those people. dude.
They always were doing shit that they weren't supposed to. Some of these like
Yep.
fishermen
Yep.
and stuff.
Yeah.
These corporations.
You're dirty.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's
Well,
not state
well,
ran or
they're
anything,
like,
is
oh,
it?
this is a research vessel, but they're really just
They all
whaling.
say research.
Oh
when
yeah,
they're whaling.
and then you just see him dragging the whale up the fucking the back.
And then weren't they like opening fire at like the
Yeah, there's somewhere they took
They
shots
like
at 'em.
crashed into those ships of the Whale Wars ones and stuff too, and stuff like that.
That's
yeah.
fucking
They fight,
insane.
dude. They fight.
Oh yeah.
That show was great.
Would you do that? Would you do
Just
that?
a bunch of hippies with sound guns. Like
Yeah, one of the boats they had was like a stealth boat type boat. It was ridiculous.
the Whale Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the
Something
little.
with Street Fighter, dude. Like,
was like-
Well, no, they had the little rubber skipper boat or whatever.
little dinghy
Yeah,
type.
that they'd
Yeah,
go
yeah,
at
yeah.
night and they'd be like, "Let's
Yeah.
go fight."
Well, they had like Thunder in Paradise boat, man.
Yeah, they got the shoebox inflatable.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Shut up. Would you, given the opportunity, if you could go reenact? No, that's insensitive. If you could go on like a Whale Wars boat, like one of those missions,
Sure.
and go like fight some like Japanese whalers passively aggressively with like weird tools, would you do it?
Or just
Oh, hell yeah.
or just
I would
lobbing
do that.
tainted meat at their boat on the whale carcasses so they can't use it and they have to throw it away.
do they do that?
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
that is.
That's like a duck.
There's the stealth boat thing they had right there.
Let me see that.
Holy shit!
that
That's
Thunder?
a
Holy shit!
I saw that in James Bond.
That's Thunder in Paradise or something, dude.
I saw that in
crazy.
James Bond, dude. That's
oh,
awesome.
man.
That was dope.
Yeah, if I could.
For
do
those
that,
of
I
you
would.
who cannot see that, it looks like just like a black stealth boat.
It's a 78-foot wave-piercing trimaran, whatever that is.
Jeez, it
What-
sounds expensive.
What's
as
that
fuck.
stealth? What's that black stealth plane?
SR-71 Blackbird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blackbird. Just imagine the Blackbird in the water.
It was
That's what
originally
is.
created as part of a project to break the world record for circumnavigating the globe in a powerboat.
Holy
Jeez.
shit!
That means it
Biofuel
has to be,
vessel.
like,
Biofuel. Of course they're
There's it in
using.
the front right there.
Of course they're using a fucking
That
biofuel
looks
vessel.
aggressive as shit.
Fucking hippies.
Holy crap.
Biofuel vessels.
But hey,
Look,
dude.
they're using whales to run the fucking whale hunting boat.
They're running it on whale.
Well, they're taking those ships. Like,
Already.
like the amount of like shit that they do, like they broke, like both sides break so many laws in that fucking show.
But
They're like,
there-
oh, we
you
can't
gotta
do this. We can't
understand.
do this.
Out in the maritime, there is no law, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the old guy comes out. He's like, "We're doing it anyway. I don't give a fuck. Been doing this for too fucking long. It's time to retire."
That'd probably be me after a while. It's like head to toe in like those anti what are they called? Anti-seasickness patches, just a continuous patch from my neck to my
You
toe.
need to get your own little island out there and have like a pirate island, and then you just like take out these boats.
Right? Just
Yep.
sick of everybody's shit.
I want it, so I take it. That's
Just like
pirate way. Okay, so let's stumble through another topic.
Oh god.
Let's do game of the year and album. Okay, let's do game of the year first. Not like what you think the game of the year is, like God of War, Spider-Man. Okay. What is the game of the year that you played?
Oh.
What is? What were you going for?
No, that's good. That's good.
Because Chris would be like guessing shit. He's like, I played Candy Crush.
I'm like,
What is your number one game that you played this year? Like, bar none. Like, what can you say? Like, this game was
going-
it.
I played
first.
Go ahead, Chris.
I played the game.
Tell us about it, though.
All right.
Tell us about it and why you enjoyed it and buy time.
My game of the year is one that we have all participated in, maybe plus or minus Roddy, not sure. Mario Kart. My game of the year.
That's explain to people what it is.
Oh yeah, all right, I suppose. I saw this shit online and I was like, we should probably try it out. Mario Kart is when you play Mario Kart, it doesn't matter what system. In this case, it was N64. But you have to finish a beer before you finish your last lap, and you could only drink your beer if your car is completely stopped. So either you're gonna start at the finish line and completely chug it, and then try to catch up all race, or do here and there. But like that is my favorite game of the year.
Rowdy?
My game of the year.
I've seen a couple of those.
I didn't play much.
It's
so-
gonna be Stellaris, isn't it?
Nah, I don't know about that.
Maybe Black Ops 4.
Sadly, probably just because I haven't played much. Probably Black Ops 4.
I'm
Tell
gonna
us about it. Why?
Because
What do you enjoy about Black Ops 4, Ross?
well, you know what? I'm gonna switch it to League of Legends now because
Okay, what do you enjoy about League of... It can be a game you've played before.
Yeah,
It's just the
but
one that you enjoyed the most this year.
because it's the game I could play the longest before I get sick of it. Probably.
It's your burner game, like the game you play until you wait for the next game. And then you go back to it once that game's done.
I suppose.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
I'm gonna
Black Ops 4 is currently my grind until the
I
next
can only
game
play
comes
that
out.
for about an hour before I get upset enough to where I don't want to play it.
Mine is probably Fall. I'm kidding.
Fallout
It's gonna
76.
be it's Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5? That was a good
Games
one.
that came out this year that I think are the best I've played. That one's pretty solid.
Are you still playing it?
No.
Okay.
It was
But
like
as
it's
far
like a
as-
single player game mostly.
But as
and-
far as what stuck with, that was a good game. Oh, Wolfenstein: The New Colossus was out last year, actually.
That's okay if you played it this year.
But
Yeah.
it was a great game.
My game
What
came
you
out
had
like
this
the
year.
90s.
No, this is a new one.
No, I said my game of choice for the year came out like the 90s.
Oh, Mario Kart 8. Like
We played Mario
Yeah.
Kart 8.
Yeah, we did.
that was like a year or
That
two
is
ago.
like visually, that game is fucking amazing. Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
to look at it being played is amazing.
Yep.
I didn't do too well with the like.
The
where's-
gyro control.
Yeah, like I'm like, wait a second, why is it turning? And I'm like leaning this, trying to nurse a beer on my one side. But like, it was a good time, and visually, it's very dope.
Especially when the AI drops behind him and then red shells
Yeah,
him.
just
Yes.
you were
It's
getting
so
fucking
bullshit.
Wrecked the whole game, and it was
Oh, yeah.
just you too.
I ended up winning though.
I know, but just like the computer's like, yeah, fuck this guy, drop
Yup.
one back, red shell, got
It's
him.
fucking nuts. I couldn't believe that the AI did that.
It is crazy.
They're in first, got a red shell, they'll break. So the second place goes in front of them, then they'll red shell you and continue on. In first. It's like, what? The
They
fuck
gotta
is
use
going
it
on
up
here?
so that
Yeah.
they can get the next pickup.
Use
dude.
it or lose it. That,
so
I mean,
fucking savage.
my game. Were you gonna say something else?
Yeah, and then the part that kills me is like the whole blue shell shit.
Uh-huh.
It was very new
Mm-hmm.
to me. Like, if you were in the blue shell's way, you were getting fucking wrecked, whether
Yup.
you're in 12th or not. Like, that
They
shit.
still got the
Just
banana
follows.
peel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. You nudge right in front of the guy, then you banana peel, and it just it's like they can't avoid it.
Or you have the long line and you just do the sweep in front of them and
Yep.
you're getting...
The best was when I think that I threw a bomb in front of me accidentally and it blew up right
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I was like, oops.
Like kamikaze.
So my game of the year is Diablo 2. Let me tell you why. No, I'm kidding. It's not fair if I choose that.
Let me break out.
I'm going with Divinity Original Sin 2.
What is that game like and about?
Wait, you actually paid that much for that game?
No, Chris bought it for me. Other
Oh,
Chris.
Okay, I was gonna
Because he
say.
wanted me to play it with him, and I didn't know about it. And he bought a $60 game for me. Thanks,
Yeah,
Chris.
I've seen
You don't
people
watch
paying
this,
like
thanks.
$60, $40 for that game, and I'm like, that's not worth it.
What is
It
it?
is. That
What
game's
is-
fucking
What is
good.
the game?
No.
Like,
It is a turn-based action RP. No, it wouldn't be action. So it's a turn-based RPG that is I guess I could show you a picture of it. It's like it's turn-based, kind of from the top down. So everything looks like that, and you got players, and you do your spells and stuff.
Sure.
But it was refresh. It was a great fucking game. Like, to describe it, like, it's very difficult to describe, but you essentially have like a party of 4 people, and you can have 4 different players playing it, and they can each do their turns, but then you get to stop, and you're like, fuck, like, what's my strategy here? Like, so I was playing with Chris where we each controlled 2 characters, and we each kind of built them different to, like, complement the whole team. And you play through this single player campaign, essentially, this like storied campaign that is actually surprisingly good. And it's long enough to justify the $60 that was paid for it. And there is also replayability because there's different builds you can do for the different characters. Like, you know, you can only have so many different characters.
Sure.
And because you have to pick someone from the story, essentially. So you could play those different characters which do different things, and then they do different things within those different things. Like, it's like the replayability was there. It is extremely smooth. Like, there was a lot of strategy to it. surprisingly, which was like, I thought me and Chris were gonna breeze through it, but eventually we're just like reloading all the time because we couldn't get past this one fucking part. Like, it was great. I thought it was a great fucking game. If you haven't played any of those games, like, and you know that's your cup of tea, go ahead and check those out. Like, that's my game of the year. Divinity Original Sins 2. And I did not play the first one.
So it's no.
This was just me going into the second one. I would play the first one if I had someone to play with. I guess I wouldn't play it alone. I think having Chris with me enhanced my experience, but I don't think I could see myself like playing it alone, like doing a playthrough alone, because that would take a long time controlling 4 fucking characters.
Yeah, that sounds true.
Through a turn base. Yeah, it's not. It's better than Final Fantasy Tactics.
I don't know.
Did you play it, Alex?
That's one of the greatest.
Did you
games
play
ever
it?
made.
Did you play Divinity Original Sin 2?
Yeah, you can't
No, it
say
looked like
Did
trash.
you can't say it's better than Tactics.
I watched
Yeah,
people
dude.
playing
Oh, yeah,
it.
dude.
It looked like trash,
Yeah, dude. It's the greatest turn-based strategy like that. Yeah.
It's no Front
Definitely.
Mission 4.
Front Mission 4 is fucking stupid
Hard.
difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, I'm just about to win. Oh, he shoots off your arm. Oh no,
Yeah.
it's over
It's like,
now.
look, I'm like 50 minutes into this battle. I'm about to win, then just get wrecked right at the end.
Damn.
Yep.
I played a lot of games like from the past that I've already played before, but that's like the new one that I played this year. That's like
Yeah.
I really enjoyed.
Was it? This
But it's
year?
better than Final Fantasy Tactics.
Was it this year that y'all were talking about that like Jason game or something?
Oh, yeah,
the
like
third
that?
Friday the 13th. Don't
Friday
bring
the
that up.
13th.
I
No.
played that for like 196 hours.
That's the
Right.
next 20 minutes.
That is, I thought
Oh,
I
oh.
never got to see gameplay of you guys playing, but I thought the premise of the game sounded fucking sweet.
Yeah.
That game would have been so good had they made it correctly. And
Well,
fully.
the problem is that there's a lawsuit, so they couldn't keep developing it or whatever.
No,
so.
no, don't even give them that excuse.
Sad.
They were releasing DLC skins when they could have just focused on fixing
Did you see that Aquaman made more than Justice League did the first week or whatever?
Aquaman's fucking. It's the best movie they've done since Man of Steel. Well, Wonder Woman in there too. Wonder Woman was good, but
The thing is,
Man of Steel, Wonder
I was
Woman,
there and I've
Aquaman.
seen this too.
I can't
And
take my girl to see that. You know what I mean?
Better than
don't take your girl
better
to
than
see
Justice
that.
League.
Jason
Yeah,
Momoa
baby.
shirtless way too much.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Nope.
She's gonna go after just
I can't.
yeah. You don't want that.
That's not a fucking
want that.
thing.
But
But no, Black Manta was cool as fuck, dude. With the fucking.
I don't know how I feel about Aquaman. It was a good movie. It was definitely better than
It was meant to be like an '80s action, like Saturday morning cartoon. Like it was just this over the top, like just like.
See, the thing with Aquaman that I was thinking about this on the way home from it, and I'm like, Ross was being such a little bitch about Spider-Man. I'm gonna tear this movie apart. And nothing made sense in that fucking movie. Nothing. Absolutely nothing made sense.
It's not meant to make sense.
Oh, it's radioactive
Are you
spider
not
venom. How did he get
entertained?
his powers? How the fuck does any of that shit in that
So
fucking movie
my
work,
my
Ross?
other brother
Throw physics out the window.
He was watching all 3 of the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, and I was like watching like on and off.
You only need to
'Cause
worry
they're
about
so
the
good.
first one.
There were so many awful, just like
First one was okay. The
comic
rest were trash.
book like things that happened, like Dr. Octopus is like, oh, these arms won't take over my brain because I got this little chip here that stops them from doing it, and then the chip gets damaged, and it's like, oh no. In the second movie,
I don't
This
even
is-
remember the second movie.
Oh,
Dr.
man.
Octopus.
he's like,
I know it was good.
He's
though.
like, oh no, the chip got damaged. Oh no.
oh no, just
Pretty much.
But Aquaman was like, I would say it was the best one since Man of Steel, but
Wonder
that's
Woman
not.
was good.
Did it have
I didn't
any
like
dark
Wonder Woman.
elements to it? Like that's what draws
It's kind
me
of
into
dark.
it.
It's kind of gritty at some points.
No,
it's
fuck that.
it's
no.
and there's a lot of over the top comedy, but at the same time, like you can see that
Is it someone who's like, no, I don't want to be like
He's
the guy I'm supposed to be, and then he ends
he
up
has
having to
flaws.
be the guy
No,
he's
he
it's
does
someone
have
who
flaws.
wants to put like a dull filter over the whole film.
and the
No,
fucking
I'm talking
Yeah.
about
DC
I'm
films.
talking about like Aquaman.
And I'm sorry,
What
but
about
the,
it?
Like
the
in the
trident
movie.
combat. in
No,
that
he's
movie
not
is
dark
great.
and brooding.
He
He's
didn't.
like,
He didn't. He didn't want to be like shunned like what he's supposed to be or anything like that.
well,
Or,
of course. Otherwise, there would be no plot.
yeah. See, that's what I said. It's pretty much what you.
Oh,
just
no,
said.
I'm not a king.
shit.
I don't want to be king. And then you got Simba. Like,
Everyone
I
just-
can't wait to be king.
I mean, everyone just said it's like they literally just said it's like a DC Thor movie. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
definitely.
that's what they called it. Everybody did.
It's like
It's like
childish, powerful man needs to become not childish, powerful man.
it's like if you want to take.
Chris is like, I'm not seeing it.
So, like,
I'm not seeing that movie.
It
now.
is
I'll wait
arguably the
later.
like as cinematically, it's the best looking movie that I've actually ever seen. The way they did the colors and everything, all that shit.
Really?
I'm not there at all.
Like, so
What? You're
So-
high, dude.
Name a movie that's better.
Color wise?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Eh? Okay.
Visually, that movie is. It's a superhero movie. It's like just like any other one.
We
I
talking
don't see it.
cinematography because like the first Pacific Rim was pretty great too.
Yeah.
Alex is just
Pacific Rim
Avengers.
was just a rip-off of every robot anime ever, though. So you really can't.
The
cares,
Avengers. That was better.
well,
Uh,
I don't think people.
the
care
Avengers
because-
were
Infinity War.
Avengers were like the weakest points of the Marvel universe.
think
Just the
so.
movies
I'm
make
not
like the
there.
most money. They're the
You're-
biggest
you-
ones.
If you
It's-
want to talk
'cause
the
of-
best
it's-
Marvel
they bait
movies,
because it's people like
The
me
best Marvel
that are
movies?
not, you know.
Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Guardians 1.
Oh, that's strange. I wasn't
Wait,
expecting
visually?
No, just the best.
Why'd you say Guardians? I thought you hate Guardians.
I hate Guardians, but I gotta admit, Guardians 1 is better than any of the Avenger movies.
that. Oh
And-
Jesus!
I'm not riding with you.
Oh,
there
actually,
either.
Civil War was
Visually,
good.
I guess Guardians visually is probably better than anything DC's ever done.
Uh,
Like, unfortunately, color wise, that movie's insane. Color wise, can't say that for Black Panther though. Then you're racist. where's your argument now, Alex? But no, Aquaman, super entertaining. It is a good movie to watch.
if you're looking for something to just have some popcorn and have
Is
a
it
good time,
130?
Yeah.
Is it $137 million opening good?
It made that much.
I think that's what it said.
It's
I don't
'cause
know.
I want
like
I
me.
want that movie to be successful.
I mean, I could be wrong.
I get like the other DC, like Man of Steel, really fucking good. Rest shit to me, and then Aquaman was actually good. No Man of Steel, but it was good. Like
Yeah, Man of Steel was great.
it seems like Aquaman. It's so fucking weird. Like the way DC does their movies is so fucking stupid.
Hey.
Like they needed to go.
If
Like
anything,
the DC universe is failing in the process of failing, and some may say has already failed. Like there's no Justice League 2.
So
Like-
do they try to do it with star power? Like, what is their plan? Because like,
Their plan was-
They tried to make it an epic. Like they essentially tried. I want to say they kind of did like
they didn't
Guardians
have,
of the Galaxy.
They didn't
sort of
have
thing.
enough. I don't know if they had enough movies building up to the first Justice League. Like
No, definitely
Marvel
not.
had like fucking 20 movies before they put out the Avengers.
Well, that's because they left out.
jumped-
They left out like like 3 or 4 of the origin stories before the freaking movie came out. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, and they're like, and,
So I
and
think they're
even
gonna
in
go back-
Aquaman.
They're gonna go back to establishing more of the people, and then maybe they'll put out another joint movie. Like if they can do another movie like Aquaman for one of the other people, or just make another Batman movie.
There's so many. There's
you gotta think.
Like
It's for
James
people-
Wan, you can get him to direct another movie. I'm sure he'll do another like.
yeah.
I get it, but it's
Yeah.
for like people that don't know
For day
shit
to
about
day.
the comic books. Those are the movies that make a ton of money. It's like I don't have to have too much vested. I just want to go in there, see a really good movie.
You want to just go in there and see a
That's-
movie where like a bunch of burly dudes just swing tridents at each other? Go see.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you
that's-
go see Aquaman, don't think about anything that you're looking at.
That's how much
Just,
it made the first.
watch it
That's how much it made the
mindlessly.
first week domestically.
Yeah, it made a lot,
137 from Thursday to Thursday.
which is good because they're kind of taking the Marvel playbook
Uh-huh.
and putting it into the DC universe. So I think we'll see like Like
The problem with a lot of the DC movies is that they were way too serious.
Wonder Woman 2
They said they
will
did
be
the
exactly like
opposite
Captain
of-
Marvel.
They did the opposite of Marvel. They're saying like DC started serious and now they're getting a little less serious with the origin.
Whereas
Yeah.
Marvel started out with like Iron Man
Yeah.
and
and then
like
now
that,
they're
you know?
like serious. They're like, oh shit, we're screwed.
Well, yeah. Like any good story, there's like the innocence and then the rising action, the climax.
If you want to
And
get
then
if you want to get
you build
serious
to it.
though, the best superhero movies that were ever made were the Dark Knight trilogy.
They're really fucking good. Yeah.
I'm not even a
disagree?
fan. I'm not even a fan of that Batman particularly, but I can
because Val
acknowledge
Kilmer exists.
Yeah.
So.
Clooney
Val-
too, and
Clooney
Batfleck.
was good.
Fuck
No, Clooney was around with the bat nipples era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't fuck with that.
That was the one with Two-Face and Jim Carrey. No, that was Val Kilmer.
That was
I'm
Val Kilmer.
saying-
Yeah,
I
Val Kilmer. That's
saying
the
I
good
don't-
one.
that was Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy. Dude.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Freeze and Bane. And Bane made an
Bane,
appearance,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
comic book Bane, like made a very small
Yeah.
appearance and like was defeated
What
immediately.
I was saying is not. I don't fuck with the outfit choice. Is what I'm saying.
Bat
And
for
that's
what?
what
The
I
Clooney
was-
ones?
Yeah, and it's like that outfit shit
Don't watch.
kind of overshadows.
Don't watch Aquaman.
So George, it's awkward.
Well, when he puts on, his standard issue color scheme suit at the
Yeah.
end,
The
it's
gold
like,
and green was so good.
Nope, it's
Yeah.
the dumbest looking shit I've ever seen. CGI for it was like complete garbage.
Did
It
you
looked
see?
like trash.
Did you see where someone made like a crappy version of it and they used pineapple pieces?
That's awesome.
That
That
is-
is
yeah.
awesome.
That's funny.
But yeah, don't think about Aquaman when you go see it. Just if you want to see an entertaining action movie, go see it and you'll like it.
Just forget that he was part of the.
Don't think about
Not the
any
Avengers, the
any
Justice League.
physics, any science, none of that.
Just a face value.
Face value. Look at Aquaman at face value. Otherwise, it's gonna blow your mind how dumb that fucking movie.
And
is.
too, like, did anybody follow like the comics and shit like that?
For
Not
Aquaman?
Yeah.
No.
Like, do we have diehard fans like that?
I'm sure there are.
I didn't read the comics, but for every single comic book movie, they have to scrape over everyone's character, like
I mean, if that's your flex,
aside
that's
from the
fine.
main character.
Yeah, like weird
Yeah.
flex, but okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Bane, Joker. Like Joker only gets to make one. Well, rest in peace, Heath Ledger. He only gets to make one appearance in the movie.
Wait,
so-
Jared Leto's still alive.
oh,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's fucked up. It's so fucked up.
No, I like
But it's
Jared Leto
funny.
as an actor when he's acting.
You like his music career?
I just
What about
wasn't a
the,
fan of him in Fight
There's-
Club.
What about
Swords,
that
yeah.
new Joker thing with Joaquin Phoenix or whatever?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin, whatever.
Jacqueline.
Jacquin.
Jacqueline.
Jaquan?
Jaquan Phoenix.
Jaquan
That's
Phoenix.
gonna be.
Jake Quinlan.
I don't know. I mean, I have to see a trailer for it because it looks really like
Jake Quellian.
Gritty.
I'm not a fan of watching.
It looks weird and
Jaquan
gritty.
Phoenix.
And is it going to be part of the DC universe though? That's like another thing.
This one's kind of, they only mention Justice League one time, and
It's
that's
some-
where they talk about how they fought, or he defeated Steppenwolf or whatever. That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
only
yeah,
link.
Aquaman, yeah.
The only link to the actual extended universe
wait.
was like that one part there.
That one
Wait, it
line when
happened-
she comes from Atlantis.
It
Ross.
happens after Justice
Yeah.
League? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
that's a plot hole for you, Ross. There, when she
Well,
comes
now
up,
it makes sense that it came after it in the movie
when
order. Okay,
when she
there
comes,
we go.
like when you first are introduced to this character, she's like, "You beat Steppenwolf, and you're the king of Atlantis."
And then the music started
rightful
playing
king.
Steppenwolf.
It's like, wait, what? Like Atlantis has got like CNN or some shit. How does CNN know about Steppenwolf? Like, like what? Like this chick from the fucking underwater is like, you beat Steppenwolf.
she
and
was
he's
there
like,
in Justice League.
Technically,
was she?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
they go there to
They go in a water bubble or whatever,
Yeah.
and they talk. They were all like this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right. Okay, less of a plot hole. Less of a
Get it
plot hole.
cool.
I want to
Yeah.
talk plot holes. Look at what was it? Batman versus Superman. Is that the movie that had plot holes because they cut out so much stuff?
I would like
I'm,
to see an
I'm
extended.
still waiting for the Justice
Gotta
League,
watch that director's
the Snyder cut.
Yep, exactly.
I'm still waiting for
See
the
all the
Snyder
stuff
cut.
that got cut out to make it actually make sense.
I would like to see a Batman versus Superman extended cut and cut Lex Luthor. And then
I don't
You know,
know.
you could just edit it yourself and cut him out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whenever
I
that
actually
actor comes
don't-
on the
I
screen
actually
for
don't
any
mind
movie,
it.
I'm like,
Nope.
I actually don't mind the Eisenberg Luthor, believe it or
It's
not.
like, who played the old one? Was it Gene Hackman or what was it? in the old-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just edit him in.
God. All right. Does anybody have any final statements?
No, man.
We're gonna cut it before our SD card runs out.
Right, Layzie Bone, relax. You're still good. You're still appreciated. Leave the Migos alone. It's not worth your time.
Take
Leave
'em
the
down,
Migos
dude.
alone.
Cut them out at the
Right.
ankles and then kick them while they're down.
Nah, it's like you don't.
Fuck mumble.
You can't come out. You can't come out.
Yep,
The,
throw him over the
guy.
bridge.
That's
Yep.
what I was saying. Yep.
Yep.
You can't come out the great guy.
Joe, Chris, don't cut
You
yourself.
did
on
come out the great guy. Any
like,
closing
oh!
statements?
Yeah.
Any closing statements? Alex, Aquaman. Do you have anything to say about Aquaman
Is he the show's Aquaman?
when he was shirtless? Got him. Ross, you got any closing statements?
so fucked up but funny.
I don't know. It was dope.
Snooty Boochies.
Snoochie Boochies. Chris,
That
you got
was
any closing
actually my
statements?
first
Nah,
thought.
man, I'm
but
good.
All right.
Covered it.
We're sorry for stumbling over this episode. No, we didn't really stumble, but check out those games, check out those movies. If you got any topics that you want us to talk about, we'll Wikipedia them loosely and then talk about them.
Right?
We'll catch you next time.
Late.